Stonks.
Yeah.
Alright guys, it's gonna be exciting today. We're gonna do the first $1,000 giveaway on Stonks.
Yeah. Super exciting. Somebody's gonna win money.
Sign up and make a prediction. There's a big yellow button. Hit that button. And whatever the price is, we're gonna lock it in and then pay out $1,000 to the group of people who predict the closest. Welcome. There's no money, there's no price to enter. Stonks.com. Make a prediction on to the right price. You win a share of $1,000. And everyone gets one free entry every single day. Get more free entries if you share your link. So there's all sorts of ways you can earn free entries. You're going to win some money. It's like pretty much guaranteed, like because you can place a bet.
Come over, make a free account. Super easy. Super easy.
Tomorrow we could do crypto.
That could be interesting. That would be interesting. That could be interesting. That would be interesting. Interesting. Yeah, let's do it.
Spinning wheel.
Sounds fun to me.
Spinning wheel.
Sounds fun to me. Oh, okay. Let's see the winners. We have winners.
We have winners.
Oh, let's go. Oh, let's go. Let's go. All right, winners are up. Let's see. Noise. Shout out to all the winners. I mean, heck, let's go here. Coming in first place with $125.55. 55 cents. Right here, also coming in second place was coming in third place. Fourth place coming in fifth place with coming in sixth place with seventh place. $10,000 giveaway coming up. Shout out to the numbers that have continued being growing. Like even this in the chat right now, we have 424 people. You'll learn the game over time. You'll learn the game over time though. We'll see everybody tomorrow though. Peace out, chat. Peace out, chat.
All right, peace out, guys. Thank you. So if you're just joining, welcome to Stonks. This is the new and improved Stonks.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's gonna be exciting today. We're gonna do the first $1,000 giveaway on Stonks.
Yeah. Super exciting. Somebody's gonna win money.
Sign up and make a prediction. There's a big yellow button. Hit that button. And whatever the price is, we're gonna lock it in and then pay out $1,000 to the group of people who predict the closest. Welcome. There's no money, there's no price to enter. Stonks.com. Make a prediction on to the right price. You win a share of $1,000. And everyone gets one free entry every single day. Get more free entries if you share your link. So there's all sorts of ways you can earn free entries. You're going to win some money. It's like pretty much guaranteed, like because you can place a bet.
Come over, make a free account. Super easy. Tomorrow
we could do crypto.
That could be interesting. That would be interesting. Let's do it.
Spinning wheel.
Sounds fun to me.
Spinning wheel.
Sounds fun to me. Oh,
Okay.
see the winners. We have winners.
We have winners.
Oh, let's go. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, winners are up. Let's see. Noise. Shout out to all the winners. I mean, heck, let's go here. Coming in first place, $125.55. 55 cents. Right here, also coming in second place was coming in third place. Fourth place, coming in fifth place with coming in sixth place with seventh place. $10,000 giveaway coming up. Shout out to the numbers that have continued being growing. Like even this in the chat right now, we have 424 people. You'll learn the game over time. You'll learn the game over time, though. We'll see everybody tomorrow, though. Peace out, chat. Peace out, chat.
All right, peace out, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So if you're just joining, welcome to Stonks. This is the new and improved Stonks.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's gonna be exciting today. We're gonna do the first $1,000 giveaway on Stonks.
Yeah. Super exciting. Somebody's gonna win money.
Sign up and make a prediction. There's a big yellow button. Hit that button. And whatever the price is, we're going to lock it in and then pay out $1,000 to the group of people who predict the closest. Welcome. There's no money. There's no price to enter. Stonks.com. Make a prediction to the right price. You win a share of $1,000. And everyone gets one free entry every single day. Get more free entries if you share your link. There's all sorts of ways you can earn free entries. You're going to win some money. It's like pretty much guaranteed. Like, because you can place a bet.
Come over, make a free account. Super easy. Super easy.
Tomorrow we could do crypto.
That could be interesting. That would be interesting. That could be interesting. That would be interesting. Interesting. Yeah, let's do it.
Spinning wheel.
Sounds fun to me.
Spinning wheel.
Sounds fun to me. Oh, okay. See the winners. We have winners. Hey, what is going on, everyone? It is a nice red day on the market. How are you doing today, Mike? Hope you're doing well today. Man, it's a nice red day, though.
Really good.
But yeah, nice. Glad you're doing good, Mike. I mean, hey, you can't always be green, and we know how the market likes to act. So when there's a red day, it's going to be a nice, good red day for the most part. So
Yeah, today was solid, strong, and red flowing.
Yep.
all day.
We had too much up, and now we're on the downside again.
Nasdaq's at the low of the day now, and the SPY's down $11. This morning it was down $6.
Yep.
So yeah,
That is true. Yeah, it's just one of those days. Like I said, I think right now, obviously, until we
do get to election time, we're going to see lots of like little ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs, just the market we're in right now. So when we see red days, it's going to be a red day, and then we'll probably get a patch of green for, another week or so, and then another red day.
Crazy, Jason, as so many spoiled people now.
Yeah.
10 years ago, if the SPY moved $11 in a day, it would be all over the TVs. The market would be over. The world's coming to an end.
Yeah, I mean, since 2020, though, it's been a lot different of a market. That's for darn sure.
9% on the NASDAQ, day up and day down, seems to be somewhat of a norm, 5 to 10%. So it's
I feel like everybody got used to crypto, and then obviously in 2020 happened when we had the markets just fluctuating like crazy up and down. I feel like at this point people are just desensitized to it, like you said. It doesn't really matter anymore because, again, like you said, it would have been all over TV. Like if this was like 2017, or 2018, like I feel like this would have been all over TV, like you said. But nowadays, like
nobody's down 500 points now, but on 17,000, it's not a big deal. On 8,000, it's like a huge deal, So people are like so spoiled now; they have no idea.
Yeah, I always like looking at things like that too. Like when we have like a -2 or negative, even sometimes -3, -4%. Like people are like, whatever. But back then, though, that was like
you can go to Coin Market Cap and you can go to historical prices and pick a date and see what all the prices were on that particular date. I think that's a pretty cool function that they have.
Yeah, no, I like that function too. I think there's, again, like I said, I think it's just the market's way different now. Like people are more used to it. And like you said, obviously, prices are a lot higher. So like you were talking about just then too, like, back then, like at 8,000, $500 down on the day was massive. And now, like you said, like, 17, 18,000, it isn't as big of a move, but it's still like to us, we're thinking like, man, that's a pretty decent sized move, right?
Yes.
But people are used to it nowadays. Like, okay, whatever, because at the end of the day, I think we all know that whether the stock price goes down or up, it's if it goes down, it's eventually going to go back up nowadays as well. I think people are just like in tune to it.
Old school guys like myself, you always used to a certain kind of punch, and I got hit by the mark. 11 points for a guy like me. I can't even fathom something like that. 2 to 3 points, that's a huge move for me. 11 points is like crazy on the SPY today.
Yeah, exactly. And the crazy thing is tomorrow it could just be the exact opposite all over again, because the market's so much crazier than it used to be.
No, dude, it wouldn't be, because if I was in it and I was stuck, it would go down again.
It would go down
but
more.
Since I'm not in it, it'd always be. I can't believe it came back.
Yeah. That's kind of how it always is for me too. Like when I'm looking at the prices, and nowadays, like I said, we're kind of like we're used to it now. So like now, like when I see the stock price, when I see stock prices going that far, like 2%, I'm like, oh, that's a great buy day. Whereas like I used to be a little more like scared of those type of days, but nowadays I'm like, well, a nice big red day, that's a buy day.
The NASDAQ is testing 19,000 right now on the futures.
Yep.
Right there, it's exactly at 19,000 is 896 on SQQ. It's my correlation.
Yeah,
I think SQQ is going to go through $9 and bring this to like 18,950. They're honking in my room. That's my Discord.
No, great. Yeah, like I said, there's definitely people, obviously making money on the downside today. So, shout out to them. For sure, but yeah, like I said,
is it? Are we buying puts right now?
Got those soundboards.
Buying puts. I never buy puts in this market. I don't.
They have soundboards.
Trust it.
Hold on.
Yeah, you said it right. The market is definitely way more volatile than what it used to be.
Yeah.
I blame GameStop.
GameStop, the meme stocks.
I blame Dogecoin. I blame that.
I just think we're just in different times than we used to be, right? Like it's just a whole different way of looking at it. What's up, Solo? Hope you're doing well.
Jason, Discord has the soundboard. Do you know what the soundboard is?
Yeah.
It would be cool if we had that like on the stream. People could be like,
Yeah, that could be something we could talk about bringing in with the widget system for sure. Is like the soundboards. We see them on we've seen a couple other sites bring in, different types of soundboards too, that we can maybe, and even like you guys might be able to add your own sounds to. I don't know. That could be something cool though to have in effect. How are you doing? I hope everybody's having a great day today though. Even with the red market.
What's GitLab doing today?
GitLab,
Let's
it's
talk
down
about
5%
GitLab.
too. You know, the bad thing it sucks about these companies right now is that they're having earnings on a terrible day to have earnings. Let's just be honest.
Terrible.
If they even come out great, it's going to be bad. Let's just be honest with it.
NVIDIA, you got to be like, you know,
I mean,
Yeah,
walking with
exactly.
your tail between your legs.
word.
You don't want to go even do it. You don't want to go down there, but you have to and stuff. It's crazy. And you know what the results are going to be. You're going to plummet to your death.
No, it's just we're in it. Like I said, man, it's it's a nice red day, and like anybody who is definitely like reporting earnings today, again, like you just have to feel bad for them because even if they do great, it's not going to be great. Let's just be honest with it.
Look at the last contest. Dell's down 5%. GitLab's down.
I think everybody's down. Like obviously today with the markets being down.
NVIDIA's
overall,
down 10%.
The puts are printing for you, Alpha Exchange. I mean, again, I think if you bought puts today, you're probably printing across the board. I have no faith in what the market's going to do. So it's just hard for me to be like, hey, I want to buy puts. Because as soon as I bought the puts, the market's going to go right back up.
Yeah.
Let's just be
down
honest with
700 now. That would have been good though.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But shout out to anybody who does have puts on the market right now today.
Yeah. Good job.
Just don't hold them
Whoever
too
got
long
those
because
puts.
this market is wishy-washy. So it might be down,
You know what's
2 points today, but up tomorrow.
You know what the worst thing is you got options on it and then the market closes and it adjusts down, but the options aren't trading and you can't do anything. And then by the time the market opens, it's such a different price and your options, at one time when they weren't trading, you were up a lot. But now that they've turned back on, you're not up so much.
Why would you just have a 24-hour market? Just like crypto.
Like futures.
Oh, you say futures is like the best thing, I guess we would have like near the crypto side, the 24/7. Reliable anyway, at least. Not saying you can on certain marketplaces, but it's definitely
yeah. But the crypto
there's not much volume there.
The crypto could all of a sudden rocket to the moon or plummet to the death at no whimsical.
I mean, yeah, obviously. I mean, you can recharge.
The stock market really is a little bit more in control with the ups and the downs. But that crypto, if you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, there's no recovery.
It can definitely not be fun. That's for sure. You can definitely, obviously, recharge just like you can with others. So, but at the end of the day, it's like you also have to listen to a lot of headwind too, which you do with stocks also. But again, there's a lot of headwinds when it comes to crypto, on the crypto side at least. I know Wolf of Crypto down here. I know he does tons of crypto on his side. So
yeah, I mean, when it comes to crypto, man, you just gotta be prepared for those days where you're gonna have those like 23% declines. You gotta just know that's coming. But again, you have to be part of the space. You gotta know which tokens to follow. I mean, there's so many different outlets in the crypto space. You got DEX and stuff like that. So if
I agree with that.
Yeah, you just gotta find where you can fit in, get your profits, take them here, set your stop losses, set your, take profits, and then, you just kind of ride the wave and, it's gotta be a little disciplined, just like in stocks.
What some of you have any favorites right now? Any besides like Ethereum or anything like that? Any faves?
So I play a lot in the Solana ecosystem. So like Jupiter, Drift, Camino. A lot of those different decks that have tokens, I've just been kind of like following those communities, just kind of playing in those markets because those are always going to be constantly kind of just going up and down just because of what those protocols are trying to do. Especially like Jupiter, that protocol is really active. Like I try to go like their Twitter spaces because they're constantly trying to do something with their projects. So I'm like, all right, well, if they're constantly trying to do something, that means there's going to probably be some liquidity coming in and out of the market. So
dude, 18,950 on the futures, 901 on SQQ. I called it 5 minutes ago. Thank you.
Hey,
Ever who's watching it, watched my trade right there.
Yeah.
Everyone's exploding in the Discord right now. It just went to 18,950.
Yeah. I mean, you were just talking about that too. So just a minute ago. So
yeah,
and it's just
the
like
trade. I did.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it's it's a definitely a not so fun market right this second. So I know there's plenty of people that are like upset about that, but like you said, there's many people out there that are riding the down train with with short trade.
If you're short bias today, you're doing well, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's the reason why
every rally you short, it goes right back down. So you're doing well today.
Right.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's what a lot of people are doing right now, right? They're playing the game.
Yeah.
When the market goes down, obviously most people at that point have already probably even bought some of their options, or they're waiting to buy options on the downside.
Let me share my screen and show you some bottoms on GitLab.
Yeah, go right ahead. Yeah, because I was fixing to share GitLab too, so you go right ahead and share on your screen.
So here's GitLab right here.
You should be able to
blow that baby up and reduce this.
There we go.
So GitLab right here, you could see this is the daily right here.
Yep.
The bottom is 40.72, right in this range. See that? Ooh.
Yep.
Look at the weekly. The weekly has like a somewhat, it's at like all this bottom down here, down here, down here. It's testing all these bottoms at 41.86, 43, 40.72. If it goes below that 40.72, it may go to 38 and stuff, or who knows, Yeah,
it's definitely capitulated a couple times there, so it's
it doesn't look like it's going to go higher through 48.
I don't think it's going to go too high either. Even if they had let's just say they even killed earnings with the down day in the market today, they're still going to be punished.
Yeah.
No matter what. So
it's not going above this high of 48.75. I doubt it.
Yeah. No, I highly doubt it too. That's what I was looking at a minute ago. So like when I think about it, like I said, because we all know how earnings go. So if the market's doing great, then you could get away with even like okay-ish earnings. But when markets are blood red, like the market really doesn't care so much about how good you did. In a couple of days, maybe it will.
A lot of stuck people in there, man, praying it goes back up.
Yeah, this is the most profitable estimated earnings they've had in the last 5 quarters.
Yeah.
I'm not confident that that's going to save them though with today.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Yeah, like I said, it might save them in a couple of days if the market goes back up. Like then they could get something out of it. But usually when the markets are red, like it doesn't matter.
They're not a fish. They ain't gonna swim up. They're not gonna swim upstream. They're not a fish.
I feel that, Mike. I feel that. Oh man.
But like I said, imagine working at the company and being there, knowing today, oh my gosh, in 15 minutes we're reporting our earnings, and we're not going to get the true value.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like, man,
over the last
trade
3
days
months.
real quick. Can we move earnings to Friday, please, or Thursday, please? I mean, that'd be great right about now.
Just like you don't show up for a Zoom meeting, it's got to be rescheduled, right? Oh, he didn't show up, so we don't report the earnings today.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure, man, like companies that are obviously, and it'd be good to have some people on here to talk about that. But man, when there's like a big red day like today, for most of us, right? For some people, like, okay, it's not that big a deal, but like down 2% overall the market, 2.5%. Like when you're reporting earnings those days, you're already like, when you come in, you're like, shit. Like, there's nothing we can do. Like, there's really nothing. Like, even if they knock it out of the park, like maybe they remain stable, right? They're not moving up. And if they even did move up, it'd be like, like 0.02%, and then it's back down. It's not going far right this second. So I do feel bad for companies that are obviously reporting, like GitLab today and others, because they could have been reporting in a better, green environment.
That -17 PE ratio, do you think that's undervalued for a reason? Do you think, honestly, I came on here, half knowing what GitLabs really was, kind of looking for some insight myself. It seems to be like pretty undervalued. Does anybody understand like the profits that necessarily go into GitLab? Like how are they making their income? What innovation other than the standard? Oh, we're looking to infuse AI in with our services.
I think everybody's trying to infuse AI into their services.
Announce secure AI-driven capabilities.
Keep an eye on Solana, man. I've seen
Love
it was at
Solana.
60, dropped down to 10. Now it's 131, the fourth coin on the board.
Yeah.
And when they get up there, they stay up there for a while, man. So the flows, they have a good blockchain and a backbone. It's not just a meme or a PFP. They got some, they're in with NFTs. They have their own platform with that. So that's a real company, Solana.
And they got Web3
No,
gaming too.
And Tron is number 7 now at 15 cents. That's one to keep an eye on
cryptos
too, man.
out there that do have a business type model that, obviously they'll see growth, and obviously you kind of see that in terms of how many people actually hold the coin there. And there's some that obviously pop up that have no use at all, but they usually have a downfall right after after they do
Tron
have
is a game. I think Tron is a gaming coin at 15 cents, number 7 on the rank. It's over Litecoin, it's over Polygon, it's over Monero, Bitcoin Cash, Avalanche, Cardano. Those are 2 to really keep an eye on. Tron at 15 cents. That's really good.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think there's some really good coins, obviously, in the crypto side that, obviously have like a future, like something they're going to be doing, or they already have like a sort of a business going in the back end already. So yeah,
Dow's down 750. The NASDAQ is 18,930 now. It's fallen 100 points since we started the show.
Since we started, yeah, which is crazy. And the crazy thing is, like, again, like we were talking about a little ago, it's like, we're almost at this point where the stock market's almost like a crypto, because tomorrow it could be right back up.
That's
like,
the way it's
easily.
been.
Right? That's the way it has been, right? We might have like 2 red days, but then we have like another string of like 7 green days back to back.
Unless
to back
I'm
to back.
stuck. If I'm stuck, it will never recover. But if I'm not stuck, I'm like, I can't believe it. There we go back.
That's how it usually. That's how it goes. That's how it's been for me, at least, and especially over the past year. It seems like it's like anytime we have like a really big red day, like a deep red day, then like
everybody,
the next like week or so, it's back up again, right? So maybe tomorrow we see like a small red day again, but then the next day we'll have an up period. I mean, it's just the way it's the way it has been, at least.
Got to be a shorter like the Moj.
Got to hit both sides, man. You got to hit the upside and the downside.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't like hitting, it's like a duck in a shooting gallery. It goes back. I like when it comes right in front of me, I squirt the water, it goes up. When it moves over there, I hit the person I get all off track, and then long, short, long.
That's
I just go
that's
short.
The ADHD in certain people, okay?
I just wait for it to line up. Boom, nail it. That's it. And dude, 1 or 2 trades with, you should be done for the day. You overtrade, you're going to give it back for sure. Yeah. With a good system, you should be able to sit down, do 2 to 3 trades, make them correct, and be done. 2 out of 3 even, with 1 loser and a stop loss, you should be done for the day.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, if some people don't like to set up their stop loss either. Let's be honest. Right. And then, or they're like, well, I set it up, but they didn't set it up right. And you're like, why?
Well, I use an ATM strategy when I trade at the market. So I'm either making 100 or making 100. I'm saying losing 100 to make 150, or losing 100 to make 200, and that's all it is. $50 to make 100.
Yeah. No,
if you're wrong, you got to let it stop you out, man.
Yeah. No, I agree with that too.
It's like going in with an ace 5 and being, I finally got an ace. Here, let's bet. And the guy calls you and he's got ace 6, ace 7, 8, 1 above you every time. Dude, you think it's so good. It's really not.
Honestly, that is true though. It's at the end of the day, there's a lot of stop losses triggering today. Yeah. Like I said, when you have the computer selling, then that kind of scares everybody else off too. So then you see this capitulation of the downside. I mean, it's just how it is. Like I said, we'll have some we'll have some sell off, and then we'll be right back to green days again. It's just the way the market is right now.
Yeah, back in the earlier days, I'd be like, okay, we may sell back off 200 and recover, but now with the experience, you know, an hour ago, I knew there's no way that the market's going to recover.
No, I don't think it's going to recover today. Like
at
we're too close to the end of market anyway. For me at least,
I used to
we're gonna
think like
recover.
that though.
Oh,
You
did
know,
you?
It's
Really?
always
Okay, I
going to
got you.
recover. It's going to come back, and it would crush me more, and it would crush me.
Sometimes it
more.
does do that though. Like, and it usually when you see the comeback, it's usually like, you know, like say like, you know, between like 11 and like 1 Eastern, right? Like for me at least, once it gets to past like 2 o'clock, I'm over here writing it off. I'm like, yep, this today's not a great day. So I'm just like, this is the way I've gotten used to it now. And then like again, because that's usually how it's been here
Dude, they
lately.
won't even say anything on the media tonight. We're down 700 and the Nasdaq's down. So they won't even know.
Because there's no reason to. Because tomorrow it's going to be right back up, or the next day.
This
so
is
it's
what
like,
happened on Wall Street today, and I'm Jim Cramer, and join my club, and I'll show you how to
Jim
do
Cramer.
it. And shit.
Well, we got to do with Jim Cramer. Just buy the inverse of
Cramer.
Jim Cramer, and we're good to go. Whatever he says to buy, you buy puts on. And
Dude, he was my inspiration, dude, for this.
Yeah, I feel it. Like I said,
With
I
all
think
my
we all
buttons.
probably got some sort of inspiration from certain people, especially even like Jim Cramer in the industry, especially if you're making content in the, you know, financial
and I got
sectors.
my money button.
Hell
you
yeah.
know, just like Cramer, I got all the buttons.
We're the new age though, right? Like we're the new age creators that are, you know, coming
we
up
need
in
a
this space.
soundboard instead.
Yeah, you got to have it all nowadays.
All right, guys, I made my prediction. I need to know everybody else's first to feel better about myself.
Yeah, I'll pull this up real quick, just since we do have 7 minutes left. If you guys have it, make sure you guys get your bids in down here as well. Put in your predictions. You scroll down, it's right there. It's super easy to do. So make sure everybody gets their predictions in. We only got 6 minutes left. Well, 7 minutes technically, but yeah, make sure you guys get those all in. And also remember, you guys can get extra tickets. We did launch the portfolio side of things. Nobody has to connect your portfolio. We're using SnapTrade. You can connect those though if you want to. We have seen people do it and some people don't. You can get your daily rewards. Make sure you guys get your daily rewards as well for extra tickets. Again, we are building on the fly here, so there's gonna be stuff that'll pop up here, some stuff that'll change, some stuff that doesn't change overall. But you know, there's going to be a little bit of some growth pains here and there as we're growing. So we may get some stuff wrong, but you know, we'll get back to where we want to get to. But if you're connecting your portfolio, it's super simple. We're just using SnapTrade like, you know, banks and others use as well. So it's nothing that's like, you know, out of the ordinary. It just allows you guys to get extra prizes with certain parts of the game that are going to be coming up with, like, if you're holding like a certain stock or something like that, right? So you guys will get like extra things with that. Those are just things that we're adding into the game. Obviously, we'll probably see more content creators do these kind of things as well, but anybody can connect. So yeah, like I said, those are brand new things to do. You don't have to do them though. So if you have any questions, just let everybody in the chat know. Obviously, we have, you know, a big team. If you put it in the chat, we can hopefully answer those questions. I know Oliver and Eddie and everybody that's in chat can do that as well. So make sure you guys get your extra tickets though. Remember, referring a friend though gets you 5 extra tickets for every time somebody uses your referral link. Yeah, that's super, super easy. That's the easiest way, honestly, to get tickets, is just referring, you know, your friends to the affiliate links there. But yeah, guys, I hope everybody's having a great day today. Hope everybody gets your bids in. We got 5 minutes, so make sure you guys get your bids in before everything goes down. I did want to talk about a couple other things, obviously, that's going on. Some people might, you know, like some of these things, especially if you're holding certain stocks. But I did think this was kind of, you know, one, like, obviously needed to happen a long time ago, but I'm glad to see that Apple is finally switching over to OLED, you know, phone displays in 2025, which is super, super, like, I feel like, again, behind, but, you know, thankfully it's coming. I figure we'd see this way before this, but, you know, again, like I said, all iPhones that are going to be coming out after 2025 will be OLED screens finally. I don't know if you guys have anything to say about that. Obviously, before they, you know, were those liquid crystal LCD screens, which were okay, I guess, but nothing like pops like an OLED. I
am learning.
You are learning. Yeah. Again, nothing against LCD screens. They're just not, they just don't look as good as like an OLED, right?
Yeah. From the differences I've seen, I feel like OLED is kind of like, I guess, like the new wave of the screens that you want to be streaming on, playing games on and stuff like that.
Everything's way better in OLED. Believe me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, one thing you can look at too is, like, obviously, like the old Nintendo Switches, right? Like the old Nintendo Switch didn't have OLED, but the new ones do. If you look at like, you know, back and forth at there's tons of comparisons. There's obviously phones out there you can compare to as well. But the colors are just vastly way better. They're like in terms of like response rates are way better. But yeah, I was just surprised that, hey, finally, man, like Apple's changing over to OLED after, you know, I figured this would have happened back in like 2020, 2021 or something.
Yeah, you would think. It seems like they're kind of like late on the ball in a sense, especially being a, you know, like a tech company. It was like, well, you guys are constantly dropping the phone. Why not, you know, kind of switch to a screen that a lot of people are already kind of accustomed to. So
I'm
the
not
fact
gonna
that
lie.
now it's doing it, it's like, come on, guys. But
I drop my phone all the time. Caseless, no case. Thing never breaks. I'm proud. If I had $1 every
What kind do you have? Which phone do you have?
I have a 14. I actually just
I have a 14 too still, and like I said, you know, I've dropped mine like a bajillion times. It doesn't have a phone case on it either, but it hasn't broke, thank goodness. I'm surprised it hasn't, but yeah, I'm waiting on the 16s. That way I can definitely going to pick up a 16 though, just because it's going to have some of the more AI, you know, stuff in it as well. Yeah, with Apple Intelligence, since they're going to be taking over the name AI, might as well. You know, Apple's always up there, man. They're like, yeah, you know what we're going to call our AI? Apple Intelligence. AI. There we go.
I was just about to ask like what new and innovating thing Apple is doing, but
yeah, it's their AI side's going to be the newer stuff. But obviously, again, like the OLED screens are going to be great.
Good enough for me.
So, like I said, for me, like, you know, I didn't upgrade for 15 because there wasn't a massive like need for me to upgrade. I am glad to get rid of the charge cord though, finally, and get upgrade to USB-Cs because I'm not a big fan of Lightning. But yeah,
because I'm still on the 13, so it's time for that upgrade. I've been waiting for the 16, so
yeah, me too.
I had the 13 mini. I was so happy with it, but then I jumped in the lake with it in my pocket, and it got fried.
Rip.
Yeah, because I've been living dangerously just like you, like no case, and I've dropped it a couple of times. I'm like, I'm eventually just gonna upgrade this bad boy anyway. So it's like, hey, as long as people can hear me, still send.
That's all. That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. We got 2 minutes left, guys. Make sure you guys get your predictions in. I will also
want to predictions for this.
Oh, my prediction. I didn't put in a prediction because I just don't want to like take away from anybody's. But if I was putting a prediction, like, if I was putting in a prediction, I'd probably put it like. The issue is if they do really well, the price. I don't think the price is going to. It's not going to really jump, but I also don't think it's going to go down really quick. So if I had to do a prediction, it's probably going to be at like 33.80 or something like that. Maybe like $1 down from where it's at right now.
Oh, 33. You mean 43, right?
I said 33, 43. My bad.
Okay.
That'd be bad. That'd be a big swing right there. If they miss, then honestly, that could happen though in this market. Let's be honest.
I mean, it is. I don't know if they're telling the truth about their estimated earnings. You know,
I mean, there's always ways for companies to move around the dollar a little bit to make it look a little better. Obviously, but you can tell that
some fluff.
Yeah, you can tell the fluff though a little bit there.
I'm just kidding. I'm not.
Oh man. All right. Let's this is another thing too. Like obviously I think we all know that your phone listens to you and that's how you get ads, but you know, it finally came out, like obviously Cox Media Group, like, you know, again, came out and had this in a slideshow they used that show that they're actively like listening. And that's how they're serving, you know, obviously certain ads to people on, you know, obviously like, you know, Facebook and Twitter and other places, Google, things like that. So again, I think that was, you know, is the first time like a company's actually came out and said they're actually doing it, which we all know they're doing it because we talk about something and like 10 minutes later we get served that damn ad and we're like, there's no way they're not listening. But I just thought it was kind of like, you know, crazy that it actually finally somebody actually put it in a slideshow finally.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, we're listening.
Yeah, I mean,
with my phone off in my pocket, like I've been making fun of my roommate's receding hairline a little too much. So like,
oh no, now you got ads for it, bro.
Yeah,
wow.
This is a sign for me to chill out. You know?
Yeah, it is. When you really start like making fun, like saying something like that to somebody, and you get an ad for it, that's when you know you've talked about it too much.
Yeah, it's like that ad. It's just like you look at it, you don't even bat an eye. You know, it's like I know, like I pay attention. Like.
I got a prime example on Instagram the other day. My boy had posted on his story like he got accepted to like LA Film School. I was like, you know, I congratulate him. You know, I said what's up, and then all of a sudden I get like an ad for LA Film School on my
School.
feed. I'm like, bro, like, come on,
They're
man.
quick,
They're
Like,
hungry out here. Man.
like, really?
They
Like,
really are, man. Like it's wild. Like you literally say something in 5 minutes, you're probably gonna get certain ad, especially if it's an ad that's like, even like let's just say like, you know, one time I was like, you know, messing with one of my boys too, being like he needed like, you know, obviously like erectile dysfunction pills. And I literally got one like within 5 minutes. I swear to God, I got the blue pill thing. Like within 5 minutes on Facebook. I was like, what's going on here? Like it's that
we know
quick.
how important it is for us men. They say we hear it one time, we're on that shit.
Literally, that's what honestly,
right.
I think there's some out there, man, that like trigger super quick. Like you don't have to even say it like more than like once, and you're getting that ad. It doesn't matter.
it's
Okay,
It's
all right.
happening.
You know what? Let's put this. I mean, we already know. Let's put this to the test. Aunt Jemima maple.
No,
syrup.
I already said it, so everybody in the chat's gonna get
Give you guys an
everybody in chat's gonna get an ad before too long. So
I'm gonna see IHOP ads pretty soon because I'm thinking about pancakes because of the syrup.
yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Come in for
man.
pumpkin spice pancakes and all this, blah blah blah.
All
It's
right,
like, all
let's-
right, Denny's.
Let's use this to our advantage.
Get out of here.
Millionaires who want to give away money.
Get out of here, bro.
You're gonna see a bunch of seminars now on your feed.
Yeah, you. I say now we're all gonna get hit with those stupid seminar people that are like, "We'll make you a millionaire by selling you a course for $1,500, low price."
Oh, sorry, only so many hours in the day. Can't pay for anything.
But you know what we could do, guys? You know what we could do? This is a great transition over. I don't know if you guys seen this over the weekend, but the
Oh my
whole
God.
Pace Bank glitch,
Yes.
which wasn't a glitch at all. First of all, this is a thing that's been there forever. Like if you deposit a check, you can get at least a certain amount of that check up front. And people thought this was a glitch in the system. But now, like obviously, what's going to happen is people are going to get charged with fraud. Let's just be honest with it. And, you know, so many people are going to already in debt now because of this, and they're going to be they're going to be facing like the legal, you know, things like facing jail or other big fines and things like that. Like who in the hell? I mean, I love TikTok and I love the shenanigans that go on TikTok, but like who thought like this was a glitch? Like really, guys, come on. Like
Gen Z,
man. Like I just can't believe like nobody, again, like you said, though, I guess they don't really use checks and stuff like that very often, but I just don't get how like you don't think you at least get a portion of that check up front. Like usually they give you like certain amount, at least 30% or something like that. Sometimes they give you all of it, which is kind of crazy to me in the first place. But let's just say you deposited, you know, $10K and you got 30%. That's $3,000 in your bank account you can go take that you thought was a money glitch. I don't know who the hell
playing GTA, playing too much GTA.
Yeah, literally, man. But there was lines. I don't know if you guys seen. There was literally lines outside of like Chase Bank, like ATMs and stuff of people doing this.
And the funniest part about it is like they're just recording themselves.
Yeah,
and,
literally
like, telling on themselves like, "Hey guys, look at me."
We're making big TikTok videos too, man. They were getting hundreds of thousands of views. It was wild. Like, and people like throwing money out their door to people.
Yeah. There was a video of two kids that are like singing that song, "Make My Way Downtown."
Yeah,
like,
I seen that one.
I was literally in tears. I'm just
tears,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, there's no way they think like, yo, this is like this is not a glitch, guys. Like, this is, come on, like,
man.
You really thought?
I feel bad for anybody that actually thought this was a glitch and was just so like not like money smart and like not like financial smart to know like, hey, this is something the bank does. It's been around for a long time. First of all, like when I deposit a check into my bank account, I get a certain amount of that up front. Or if I have enough to already cover that check, I get the full thing, right? And sometimes banks will give you the full thing, even if you don't have enough money in your account to cover it. And it's just crazy to me. First of all, the banks shouldn't be doing that. Let's just be honest. That's just like the banks are got a little bit here, like of like, you know, you guys shouldn't be doing that.
Dude, like these people can vote.
Well, that too, yeah. Like I said, I mean,
they can have children.
You know,
These
the
people
issue is like people are money hungry. Let's just be honest. So anytime they think there's like they looked on TikTok and TikTok saying it's a glitch, right?
Mhm.
Infinite money glitch. It's like, okay, like even if this was an infinite money glitch, do you not think like once the bank finds out they're going to shut off the so-called infinite money glitch and then want all the money back from you?
No,
like,
Jason, you just got to take advantage of it while you can. What are you talking about?
Oh, I just, man,
you got to be there first before anyone else. Before, you know, it's like arbitrage, man. You know, it's like you got to get. Oh, well, I was wrong about my prediction.
Yeah, I mean, look at GitLab, man. See, guys, see,
I
this
did
is what happens.
like 20, but I didn't know anything about this stock, so
No, honestly,
I do
again,
never.
usually for me, when I'm looking at these stocks, like I'm just looking at the overall market's doing. Because usually what happens is like the market's bad that day, the stock does nothing after market. Or it'll be like a tiny jump, right? Like I was thinking maybe, like I told you, like gets up to like 45 or something like that. It's skyrocketed back up to like almost 49. We're coming back down a little bit. We're capitulating down a little bit, but still, like if it stays at like 47. I mean, I'll count that as a win for
Oh, happy for him.
But
like,
the chase glitch was some good content to really just have some good laughs. Because
dude,
wow,
it was wild though what people were doing there though. I was like,
It's funny.
oh
It's
my
like,
god.
did any of them think, I wonder how this is going to not only affect myself, but my country's banking system in the long term? Probably not. No.
nah,
Yeah.
that's over the head on that one. That's a little bit too much like a deep thinking right there.
I'm going to say this one more time. These people who take advice from TikTok don't even take a 2-minute Google.
Yeah.
They can vote and have children. They can reproduce. Like,
I mean, you're not wrong. Let's just be honest. Can I not get the
last time?
I keep getting the 404. Come on, let me open the earnings. Well, I'm getting the URL does not exist. Man. Well, we can see like the highlights right here so far, but total revenue of 182.6 million, up 31% year over year. That's why that's a good jump, honestly. Significant year over year GAAP and non-GAAP operating margin expansion, operating cash flows of 11.7 million, and non-GAAP adjusted free flow cash of 10.8 million. I mean, honestly, up 31% year over year is really, really good, obviously. Total revenue of 182.6. I wish I could. Oh, here it goes. Sweet. Now it's let me roll it in. Nice. Let's go here. Let's see. What's other operating cash flow? Okay, we already went through operating cash flows. I mean, I can tell you obviously right now why the stock's up. That's an easy one. That top line is really, really great, especially even compared to what the estimates were going to be. They had a really good estimate, but that is really, really good. That's a significant pop. Very significant pop. I mean, they had what last year they had revenue, or last quarter, like same time last quarter of last year, they had 139 mil, and then this year they're up to 182.6 mil in the same quarter, which again, up 31% year over year. That's a really, really good gap there.
The articles I was reading on GitLab is not only Acer 8 through the very generous bone of the simple look at it through Chat GPT or something.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it doesn't seem to, its other competition is like GitHub, and like that's like, that's not
yeah. No, for sure.
Just had it up. It's like self-hosting. GitHub doesn't offer a self-hosting version of its platform.
I mean, this is pretty good too. Customers with more than $5,000 of ARR reached 9,314, an increase of 19% year over year. Customers with more than 100,000 ARR reached 1,076, which is an increase of 33% year over year.
Can't ask for more than that.
Those are really big numbers too, increase wise. Dollar base. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is great. I don't see any downsides. Like, this is really, really good. Total RPO grew 51% to 747.9 million, while CRPO grew 42% to 475 million. I mean, I don't see anything bad here. There's just a bunch of good, because their dollar-based net retention rate was up 126%. I mean, they knocked it out of the park, really.
Stock price is up 8.5%.
I mean, they knocked it out of the park. I'm gonna be honest. Even on a red day, like if this wasn't a red day, guys, like this price would be up higher than it is right now. That's that's the sad thing about it is like, if it was a green day, GitLabs would be even up more now.
Do you know when they had their last earnings report, like what day it was?
I don't remember, honestly. I'd have to go back and look. I guess we can pull it up on the calendar. Let's see. Maybe if it pulls up, let's see. Their last was what, June 3rd? June 3rd?
It sounds about right.
Yeah, it was June 3rd. Was their last one. But they, again, they reported a miss on that, but revenue was up 2%. This one right here, they really did really, really well, though, compared to their last ones, at least. But they've always, again, came over what their estimates were on EPS and on revenue. So it's not like they've batted and swung. This one right here, like what they beat 50%, beat 3.2%. So they expected 176.9 mil, reported 182.6 mil, which isn't crazy, but still great. But again, on their EPS, they just knocked it out of the park with a 50% increase from, expected 10 cents, reported 15 cents per earning. Per share. So that's really, really great. Again, if you're looking at numbers though, obviously if they can keep this growth up, which again, like obviously we'd be able to tell once they give their new guidance for next quarter, see what their guidance is then. But I mean, right now, all I see is great things.
Gotta add down the portfolio, add that to the watch list.
That's the good thing, honestly, about doing these is like you pick a lot of companies a lot of people don't have. Like obviously GitLab is not like a small company by any means. Like it's a well-known company, it's been out for a long time, but it is good like showing some other sectors other than maybe like usual like Nvidia's and other ones like that. So that's really good. Hopefully anybody in chat that had a better guidance than me. I didn't think they were gonna knock it out of the park. I thought they were gonna do good, but yeah, I'd love to see this on a green day though.
I predicted the stock could rise like 2%, and it's up a lot.
Yeah, I thought. Honestly, like if this was a green day today, and like markets were up like maybe 1% or something like that, like or even 0.5%, like it's just a nice little green day, like this stock price would have went way higher than it did right there. And maybe we see this kind of tomorrow. Maybe it's like one of those stocks where we see continue up if tomorrow's a green day. Maybe it gets a little more push again. But we'll see. Like I said, it's still really great right now, man, at $49. So 49 plus, really. It's nothing to, cry home about at that point.
Yeah, especially on a day when a lot of stocks, man, there's a lot of people crying.
Yeah, again, like I said, we all get a little spoiled too in this market where we're like a lot of times we're like up, and then when we do have like a down day, we get like we're all sad about it.
Not today.
Usually, yeah, today was a little bit worse than usual, right? When it comes on the downside, but again, we've seen this just like a couple weeks ago where we've seen like the big red day, and then a whole 8 days of green pretty much after that. We had a couple down days, obviously, not just saying like we only have one that deep red day. We had another red day I think after that, and then after that we just had like 8 straight days of green, back way over where we were at again, and then now we're capitulating back down to the downside today. But I think we're just in that period right now with stocks anyway, and overall markets.
Oh man, this is how we started August. By the way, August started like horribly, and then
that's what I'm saying.
Then it went up.
Yeah, that's kind of what I feel is going to happen here. So it's like that's kind of the way I'm feeling about it right now. Like usually, you know me anyway. I'm usually more like I'm up on the upbeat of the market. I don't care. Like a red day is like a buy day to me. Just because the market's been like that for so long now, where we're like, hey, look, we have a big down day, and then out of nowhere we just have like up days, like 8 to 10 days in a row of hardly any red. Like maybe we'll have like a couple days where it kind of like levels off, but then the next day's right back to another 0.4 plus day or something like that, right? Which in the overall market's a pretty nice little green day. again, like Mike was saying earlier, like, you know, if this was 2016 or whenever, you know, back before like even COVID happened with the markets going crazy, like this would have been all over news, right? You would have seen it everywhere, down 2%, the end of the world, end of the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like that literally would have been happening. But nowadays people are just so used to it. And also the market, like he's talking about earlier as well, is like, you know, back then, like, you know, negative 500 on, or negative 600, negative 700 on a 8,000, you know, price is a lot more than say now with like 16, you know, 17,000, 18,000. A negative 500 is not as bad. And plus every time we've done that, we've just came back like a couple days after. So I don't think people don't freak out as much as they used to.
Hey, you know, I use a long short equity strategy. So, you know, whenever it's a red day, I say, hey, my puts. And then whenever it's a green, hey, my calls, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm the same way. Like when I do calls, like usually like it's long-term calls.
Mm-hmm.
When I do puts, it's usually long-term too. But every once in a while, you know, I like to do the short-term, you know, like the 1 weeker, which gets your heart racing a little bit, or maybe even just a couple days here.
Yeah, those 1 weekers don't like me.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, like again, it takes a lot of, again, like I said, you need to have your stop loss in place. You got to have everything there, because if you don't, you'll end up in a bad spot.
Yep.
I think that's where a lot of people learn that they should be using things like that. It's like, hey, you know, what are we doing here?
I did my risky 1 weekers with that NVIDIA earnings, and yeah, that was definitely a swift kick in the balls.
Yep, that'll happen.
That's okay, you know. Like remember when we covered Keysight? Like
Keysight was one too. Yeah,
I immediately bought puts the next day. We're doing good. They're like $155 strike price puts.
No, 100%.
We're doing very, you know, so it's like the long terms, they make up for those poor decision short terms for sure.
No, yeah, no, 100%. Like I said, you can definitely make your money back. It's not like you're not making their money. It's just like, obviously some people get kicked in the balls and they're like, yeah, that's the end for me. And then they never try again. When honestly, like a lot of people shouldn't be. A lot of what happens is a lot of times, I know you guys know this as well, is like a lot of people get into stocks and they go straight to options, which is not the great play to do. Like it's like, hey, yeah, like you want to go to the most technical side of
I just
trading.
learned how to drive, and they
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like people are like trying to like pick up options trading like right away without even putting any like study into the market overall and how options work. And then again, like we were just talking about, they're getting, bled out. They're doing like, short-term options, which the K's killing them. And they're like, oh, what is this? Right. And you're like, welcome. It's just how it is. But, hopefully people learn from their lessons and they hopefully educate themselves to not just hop straight into options trading right away. And they should learn their market a little bit before they go into options. And they should, again, learn how to, and a lot of these people, like I was talking about, they don't even put a stop loss in play. Nothing. They're just going in. And I'm just like, I'm scared for them. I feel bad. But it is what it is.
Yeah, as we head into the NVIDIA earnings, last week, I'm shorting NVIDIA. And I had like $9,000 at risk. And I was beginning to feel a little chicken. So I took what ended up being like $2,000 of that off the table. And then the earnings came out and it went down. I'm like, oh man, you chicken. And then today, and I'm like, oh, you knucklehead.
Yeah, that's what happens though. But again, if you
believe in that story, the story's intact. You should have stayed there, but it's it takes a little internal fortitude.
Yeah. The issue is
winning a little is better than losing a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. The issue is like what happens to a lot of people too. They get in trouble is that they try to chase when that happens, and then they get in the worst spot. You should have stayed out of it at that point. Don't chase a stock.
I define like if I lose 30%, I'm out. If I win 30%, I'm out.
Yeah.
I can't play with fire like for hours. Okay. Just a little while.
Just a little while. Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully I don't burn the house down.
You don't want to get your fingers burnt too much.
Earlier this year, I was like day trading SPY and NVIDIA, like pre-split. And yeah, like I was making up to like $2,000 a day doing that, but like I could just feel my body like rapidly aging from the stress. There's like I can't go on like this.
Yeah,
I can't go on like this.
I can feel it though, 100%, man. It's like you can honestly, like if you're like crazy into the markets, you can definitely age yourself pretty quick, whether it's with crypto or with stocks or whatever it may be, options, like whatever it is, you could definitely age yourself pretty quick by taking too much risk. And you probably shouldn't take that much risk in the overall scheme of things. Like for me, like I'm always somebody I've always done by, and again, some people are going to be like, obviously, not a trader or whatever it may be, but for me at least, and this is how I've always stayed safe, is like 90% of my portfolio is in long-term investments and 10% is in short-term plays. Everybody's gonna be different. And obviously maybe my 10%, is maybe more cumbersome than maybe somebody's, they do most of their portfolio in short-term, stock options or whatever it may be, or swing plays. But for me, at least, I've always found a really good zone in terms of, long-term investment, but also having like 10% as someone called play money. People can call it whatever you want to call it. I just call it short-term play money. And obviously I know some people are different, especially like, more younger people, or they have, me, I'm 35 now, so like me, I feel like I'm not as risky as I used to be. Right. But if I was, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, like I'd be a lot more riskier because you can be at that part of your life. Whereas, me as somebody that has kids and a family, it's like, I can't be as risky as some of you guys. Like I got 10% and that's just what I like to do. And the other 90% gets to stay and grow. But yeah, obviously I don't know how you guys trade, but again, mine's like a 90-10 split. It used to be a 80-20 split. And before then it was like a 70-30. So I've worked my way up. And I feel like 90-10 is like probably where I'll stay for at least the next like 10, 15 years, probably. Because I feel like it's a good zone for me. Not saying that everybody wants to trade that way. Again, if you're younger, then you can take more risk than I could, being 35.
Listen, I'd love to trade covered calls all day and just make a nice.
I mean, you could do covered calls if you have a lot of.
But I don't have covered call money yet. I got to take. Well, I'm young. Yeah. I got to work up to that.
Yeah, I have two separate like accounts basically. Like I have a long-term portfolio where that's just like for me, I'm just gonna invest. Yep. Not even gonna think about that. And then I have an account where, hey, this is just some fun money. Let's try to make some money. Obviously, always knowing how much I can risk off of that portfolio, and then kind of just taking it from there. But yeah, because for me, the crypto, I'm in that for the long-term haul, especially for some projects. So I just invest in that way. Don't even think about it. And then you come back like a year later, 2 years later, you're like, oh, wow, I'm kind of glad I was buying in those certain price ranges, because sometimes we never even get back to that price range. So especially with like Solana.
Oh yeah, 100%. But that comes with crypto and overall. Maybe we get back down to some of those zones every once in a blue moon, but it's not going to stay there, right? So it's like overall, it's like having something where you're investing, you have a portfolio, and again, like you said, it's honestly, I'm the same way. So I have two different brokerages. One brokerage is, again, 90% of my income when it comes to investing goes into that. And it's just long-term, just continually buying month after month. And then I have my 10% play on a different account that, again, I every once in a while I'll buy swing trades, or I'll do, options trading. It just depends. Like I said, most of those options for me, at least, are even just long-term. But every once in a while I do, like to put my foot in the fire a little bit with the weekly, 1 week turnarounds. And those are fun sometimes, and sometimes they're not so fun.
Exactly.
But everybody's going to be different on that end. So it's just always good to hear like how people are. And again, like I said, I know there's going to be younger people that, again, like right now, you guys could do more of your portfolio in terms of, your YOLO type plays. And if you're really, really confident in those plays, you're doing really well, then, hey man, so be it. Continue it on.
Yeah. But in the crypto space would be the meme coins, basically.
Yeah, literally. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, probably be more like the meme coin side on the crypto space for sure.
Because there's times where those bad boys are just going crazy, and there's times where you look at the chart, you like, yo, hopefully you had a stop loss, because my goodness.
Yeah, exactly,
Rushed.
man. Whew.
You're
Yeah,
talking about
it's
like
hard,
50,
man, out there.
60% crazy declines. You be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, the issue is like there's so many people out there that do trade and day trade, and they don't really know, especially newer traders, to the space. They really don't get how to set up a stop loss. So it ends up with them losing a lot of money at the start because it's their fault because they're not putting it, a lot of time and effort into learning the space before they go straight into options trading. But also it's like, the education part, so where, some people that do teach, but others don't, they're just talking about how much money they made in the market. It's like, well, yeah, they definitely, if you look at their charts, you can tell where they had their stop losses at. So it's like, if we were teaching more people, stop losses in certain ends, I think it'd be a lot better.
Those limit orders.
Yeah.
Too.
Limit orders, definitely.
Yep.
So on NVIDIA and stop losses, I believe that it's those stop loss orders that cause this 10% drop.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like I said, because you have the computer sell off, and then obviously those people in the stop loss get stop lossed out. They get stamped out. And then that also brings other retail investors that are very, they trade with their emotions, and they start selling. Mm-hmm. So we kind of start seeing this, but then again, once everybody calms down, they're like, oh, we can buy again now. And then the stock price goes back up. So I'm like, that's where I feel like we're at today, right? In the market. Like
there was a cartoon where there was like NVIDIA at, I think it was like $150 a share. And there's a long line of people, they can't get enough of that stock. And then NVIDIA drops to $100 a share, and there's like one person in line. Nobody wants to buy it. It's like the opposite. Hey, it's low priced. You don't want to buy it. It's high priced. Oh man, it's going to keep going up.
Yeah,
let's go buy NVIDIA.
Man, it's the art of the mind, pretty much, when it comes to trading stocks.
Irrational exuberance.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, a lot of people trade on their emotions. Trading on emotions usually makes you lose money. Let's just be honest about it. Every once in a blue moon, you'll look out, but a lot of times trading with emotions is not great. And like you said, man, we see a lot of capitulation, once we start seeing the computer sell off, and then that, stomps out people with the stop loss. And then obviously once that starts happening, then you see people on the emotional side being like, well, I'm getting out before the ship sinks all the way. Mm-hmm. And then the next day, everybody, usually the next day or two, cool winds come, and, everybody starts to sell again. They're like, oh, what are we freaking out for? Nothing. But hey, we were there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see where NVIDIA goes from here. The next 2 weeks, either the NVIDIA, so the NVIDIA lost probably over $250 billion of market cap today. $250 billion. That's
like a lot of money. Yeah,
that's like a pretty good chunk of value, wealth that just left the building. And so over the next 2 weeks, 10%, okay, is it going to go down another 30%, 40%? That's possible. It could set up for that type of loss, or it could rally back. We'll see. We'll see if some bulls out there say, hey, the heck with this, man, I'm going to buy NVIDIA at this discount, or if it's just going to be a fear-driven market. And you saw what happened with the super microcomputer. That thing started falling, and it became a falling knife.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that didn't get puts on that.
That was a whole thing, though.
I told myself to do it. Same with Micron. I told myself to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's Micron in general. Like they kind of shot their own selves in the foot too, though. I don't think that's going to happen with NVIDIA right now. Again, it is down, big today, but I could see this going right back up.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. 10%, 10%.
10% is 10%. Again, like I said, maybe it doesn't go back up to like 10% tomorrow, right? Like I'm saying, like over the next like month or so, we could definitely see this, grow back up again. Did I think like NVIDIA was a little overbought? I mean, I think we probably all thought NVIDIA was a little overbought.
And I would. So I'm a long-term investor, right? And
yeah, me too.
I don't pretend to be a technical trader, but I would love somebody who is a technical trader, maybe on this call. If you look at the NVIDIA chart, if you look at I think it's the last month, or I'm going to go 6 months. Their all-time high was achieved on June 18th. And then it went down, and the next high was not quite as high as the previous high. And then it went down and then it came back up. But that high, it's kind of the tops are declining, if that makes sense. So you have kind of a downward sloping.
The bottom
you're in a downward period right now, right? You're
I believe is
higher lows
signal.
Yeah. So it's like, so when you're looking at that again, like I said, I've said this plenty of times. I think, NVIDIA is overbought 100%. I feel like if, a certain couple of companies say, hey, we don't need as many chips right this second, that's going to put NVIDIA in a bad spot. I like NVIDIA long-term, but it doesn't mean that I'm, bullish at an all-time high right now on NVIDIA, right? Like I've said this before, even like a month and a half ago, that NVIDIA was overbought. I think there's a lot better buy-in prices. Like I think right now where NVIDIA is at right now, I don't think that's a bad spot to be in. But overall, again, like I said, I think NVIDIA, especially like you said, in like June 18th, in June, like it was definitely, I feel like it was overbought at that point. Just because there's definitely some headwinds that could bring the stock price down.
Yeah. And it just takes one hyperscaler to say, okay, we have all the GPUs we need. We're not going to buy anymore. And oh man, it's going to murder the stock. If one of the big hyperscalers, if Azure, AWS.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is if a big company comes in, like I said, right now, NVIDIA is relying on that end. Obviously, NVIDIA is trying to do different things. And I was going to show us a little bit ago, but they're also right now, obviously, in the midst of, pretty much trying to design some of the data centers too. And make a different, role in that in as well. So I think NVIDIA is thinking long terms in terms of like making money outside of just, again, some of obviously the chipsets and things like that. Because I do think what NVIDIA, does right now is great. But eventually, like we were just talking about, some of these bigger companies are going to need maybe a little bit less. Maybe it doesn't happen, right? Maybe they just continue to just, siphon in tons and tons of chips forever.
A couple bits and pieces of data that lead me to believe that the demand for their GPUs is much lower is another hyperscaler that I was listening to the earnings call. It's a small hyperscaler, but they talked about how a year ago, the lead times for the H100, the most popular GPU from NVIDIA, the lead times were like 6 to 8 months. It was like, man, you have to get on the list so that eventually you'll get them. And they were talking about, okay, we have this new customer, we're going to set them up. And they ordered all the other infrastructure, but they go, oh, the GPUs are easy to get now. It's a 4 to 6 week lead time. And that signaled to me, oh, demand is way down, demand on the GPUs.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm tracking on NVIDIA's financials is their inventory level. If you see their inventory level go up, like increase on their financials, that is like a very bad sign for the company. That means they're growing inventory. They're not selling as fast as they used to. And that is a very bearish signal. It's a very negative signal. So I'm tracking that like super close. I'm like keeping an eye on it.
We got results, by the way, though. So
nice.
Abari Wanda coming in first place with 125.26. Ken coming in second place with 62.76. Mess coming in third place with 37.76. T. Duncan coming in fourth place with 25.26. We got Meckel coming in at fifth place with 17.76. I mean, that's a great year. Great year indeed. Man, I had to say it. Biodun coming in sixth place with 15.26. What's this? HFCH coming in seventh and eighth with $12.76 and $10.26. Queensley coming in ninth place with $7.76. And what is this? Saki 2231 coming in 10th place with $5.26. And congrats the other tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of winners that win something. But obviously top 10 wins the most, and then it kind of just dwindles down from there. But congrats to all the winners. Congrats. Obviously, that we had two people that guessed right on the penny at $49.97, which is still crazy to me. Obviously, Abari Wanda did this first, so that's how it works. If you guys have the exact same, guess, That just means whoever comes in first above you has made their guess before you did, in terms of like the times. So say you made it at like 2 o'clock Eastern and they made it at like 12 o'clock Eastern. That's how that works. But congrats to all the winners today. Anybody who won. We do have another game coming up tomorrow here. So obviously another $1,000 winner tomorrow. So hope to see you guys here for that. We will be holding it down in the chat until then, obviously. So definitely another stream tomorrow, another $1,000 day. Hopefully you guys, can win the next one then. Because the good thing is, like I said, always, guys, like, obviously the game's free to play. We do this obviously Monday through Friday. We'll have crypto obviously on Fridays. So yeah, like I said, hopefully see you guys back here tomorrow for another big winner day. Hopefully, you guys that didn't win today win. Murdy. Did Murdy win? Murdy.
Hey, by the way, good to see you back, Jason.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to
There you
sound like a normal human.
All right, gentlemen, I got to go read a text.
All right, topic.
And I
Thanks
You
for
can
having
cut
me.
in, Murdy.
Sorry, I'm
Cut
late.
in, man.
Until next time.
Yep. See everybody.
Jason, can we keep the stream live for a second?
Yep, that we can.
All right. Awesome. How's everyone doing?
Doing great.
Good. Did you see NVIDIA, Murdy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying not to look at the market today and just like look.
Yeah, just don't do it. It's a great day to buy. Great day to buy, not so great to look at.
I have no money left to buy.
Yeah, me neither. Don't worry. That's what I said this morning. I said no.
I'm like a looky-loo on the highway where there's an accident off to the right, and I shouldn't do it, but I'm like, I can't.
Literally, man.
I can't help it.
So really quickly, I just want to pop in. Sorry, I was just been in meetings all day today.
No, you're good.
But some announcements, platform wise, so product stocks wise. So we've added a feature that allows you to connect your brokerage account. And we heard feedback from some people on just how the things, tickets were being awarded. So we hear your feedback and we've rolled back some of those changes. So, thank you for speaking up and we hear you. And we've made some changes. So hopefully you're happy there. But the goal of connecting portfolios is there's a lot of other cool features we're building that we just haven't rolled out yet that will make a lot more sense. For example, having weekly summaries emailed to you on how your portfolio did, having calendar invites for companies that you own, like their earnings calls, having AI generated summaries of companies you own for their earnings calls if you don't want to listen to the full call. So there's like a whole bunch of features that we're working on. And they only make sense if we know what stocks you own. The second announcement, or rather change to the platform that's coming is so far, we were using Stripe Connect to pay out people, and Stripe Connect has a long list of countries that it supports. But going forward, just for operations and legal reasons, we can only support a smaller number of countries. So we're just finalizing that list right now, and we'll probably roll this out sometime tomorrow.
Yep.
So unfortunately, people from certain countries will not be able to play the daily game because you can't cash out. So there's no point letting you play if you can't cash out, because then your earnings go nowhere and it affects other people who can play.
Yeah.
So that's a big change that's coming in probably tomorrow. And if you are affected from one of those countries, we're just going to let you withdraw your balance. I think we're going to reduce it to $5, and so you can just withdraw what you've already made. And then we're going to close that down, just because the operational overhead for supporting 100 plus countries, like, we can't do it. It's just too much. So,
yep.
I'm sorry if that affects you, if you're from one of those countries, but yeah, it is what it is. So those are sort of two big announcements. We found a bunch of issues on our mobile experience that we're fixing. So we redid chat, and that caused some other things to break. And so we're working hard on fixing that. But mobile is kind of in a broken state right now, and hopefully by the end of the day it gets much better.
Awesome. Glad to hear it.
Cool.
Thank you for breaking that down too, Murdy. I went over some of that earlier, obviously with reasons why obviously you would want to connect portfolios.
Yeah.
So again, like I said, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that gets, that you'll see like where it connects. And yeah, man, like I said, we're using SnapTrade. Tons and tons of companies use SnapTrade. Again, like we said before, I mean, you don't absolutely like have to connect to be able to use the site. It's just be able to further your experience on the site, by connecting those. Again, we're using SnapTrade. And again, tons and tons of companies use SnapTrade for those types of integrations. So we're not doing anything that's crazy or not been done before. If you use a lot of sites out there, if you guys are connecting your trading accounts in any way, I would bet a large majority of those are probably using some sort of like SnapTrade to do that already. Again, like Murdy said, we are going to be, some certain countries won't be able to, play and be able to cash out. But we'll for a lot of you guys won't really see any effect from that. So we'll obviously have the list of countries. We'll have those posted too. That way there's no confusion on that end. But yeah, if you have any questions in the meantime, you can hit me up, any of the staff. We're always down to help out as much as possible. Chad, it's at 4:30 is when the price gets pulled. So market closes, then obviously stock earnings comes out. Then we'll see an up or down move. Today we've seen a very, very big up move for GitLab. They did really, really well in their earnings. And then at 4:30, that's when we take the price, and that's the price of the day. So at 4 o'clock, you end your prediction times, and you got 30 minutes for that price point to go up and down. But yeah, it's been a great stream today, guys. We'll have the next game up here really, really soon. We'll keep everybody updated. If you guys have questions, just pop them in the chat. We'll try to answer those as much as possible. Anything like that, just, some of the staff is going to be in the chat. I'm usually in chat a lot. Somebody will be in chat watching. So if you have a really, really big question that you really want answered, then hit us up. If you have questions about, portfolios, any questions on that end, let us know as well.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Are we rating someone?
I don't know, honestly. I had somebody, and then they popped off. Let's see if anybody's live right this second.
Okay.
Let's see. I mean, we have let's see. We have Free Advice guy. We could host. Obviously, we have Bitcoin Live, but that's a little bit different type of stream. So if we want somebody to be there, then obviously Free Advice guy would be the one to hit up right this second.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, sweet. Let's do it. You're welcome, Miner. You're welcome, my man. Do you guys do Forex? We do not, but I'm working on a few creators that will be doing that.